Look at that. Mind you, we're not.
And actually, you guys can see it perfectly. Something just popped off.
Design. Oh. Sorry, I just... Hello everybody, and welcome to the first review of BRKS BROS. I'm Zan, and this is Atif. This is the Harley-Davidson Fat Boy. Set number 1020... Oh.
This thing, 10269.
10269, that's what it is.
So this is part of the Creator Expert Series, intended for ages 16 and plus. Comes with about 1,023 pieces, and this was released this year, July 2019.
I personally think the design is very cool looking, and it looks really nice. And as you can see, it has like some really nice detail going on. You can see the engine. This is the engine block right here. It looks really nice, and it looks like a very real Harley-Davidson. Excellent
job by the Lego group on this one. I think we have about 9 stickers, I would say. That kind of gives you like the speedometer, the name of the brand, Harley-Davidson, the engine type.
As soon as we got done building with this, I thought the quality was through the roof. It's not the sturdiest of models. Pieces do sometimes tend to come off, and transporting this kind of makes, we've dropped a few pieces, you know, and mind you, we're not.
There you go, on cue.
I was just gonna say that we're not careless, but as you can just see, I can be careless sometimes.
It's a hefty model. This set is, I don't know, it was like 8-9 inches long, maybe 12 inches long. So you have 1,000 pieces compacted into a very small chassis, let's say, versus a Stranger Things or a Star Destroyer that's really wide. Since it is so compact and so dense, I agree. I think some pieces tend to just fall off.
Mind you, it is an expert creator Lego set, so it's not the easiest set, but there are a lot of small pieces that you, like Atif said, they're compacted into like, you know, 8-9 inches, and so it's kind of easy to put something the wrong way. I think this is the most difficult set we've built.
An awesome feature for sure, but one of the great stuff is I'm going to turn this around, and actually you guys can see it perfectly. Something just popped off. But what would you call this?
I'd call it a bike chain, but
the bike chain here, this bicycle chain right here. This is 238. I don't know, like quite a few individual links that we had to put together, and
that was the worst part.
I think in the middle we lost count.
Yeah.
It is a little difficult to get your fingers in there and click it in place. We had one more massive error that I did.
Yeah.
So in the front we have the front axle, let's say. This obviously has to go in a specific way. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention enough, and I put it on backwards, and it cost us a good half an hour in our build.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Mind you, we didn't just put this on and realize that we put it on backwards.
Yeah,
we started building on top of this.
We were pretty much towards the end.
Yeah.
And
home stretch, and we realized
that
this
was backwards. And this piece right here isn't, or at least wasn't. It's like a backbone to the front. Obviously, it connects the tire, the front fender, the lights, the handlebar. So what was happening was, in order to access it and just flip it around, we had to kind of deconstruct the first half of it.
Which is not fun.
Which is not fun
at all.
And we stopped talking for a while because it was a little stressful. It's not something as you just take out, flip it, and put it back in like it is in other sets. Obviously, this is a more mechanical set, so it was a bit involved. A little bit, frustration levels got a little high. Alright, so the frustration levels were high, but build's fun. What do you think?
I think I had fun building this, at least for the first, I would say like 75% of the build. Towards the end, especially us putting this on backwards, that's what kind of made this go downhill for me, at least, because then it was like we have to take this apart, build this back again. That was not fun for me. You know, I was just, we got really annoyed.
Yeah, and
of each other.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a knock on the Lego. This was a personal issue.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was awesome seeing some of the components come together. As always, a lot of times when you're building Legos, when you're making the foundation and building up, you don't really know what you're making. Obviously, you know what you're making, but you don't see it until it starts coming together. Seeing the motorcycle come together was beautiful. It was awesome. The fact that it's unforgiving if you mess up did take away a little bit of fun. Once again, on us, not on the Lego set. This is a very misleading category.
No.
How playable do you think this is?
I'm gonna change this to a 0.
0?
I'm changing this to a 0. I'll tell you why. Because this, like I said, is such a complicated set. Pieces fly. This is not the kind of motorcycle that, you know, I can just take off the stand and start playing with it. This, in my opinion, is more of a set that you build and you display. You know, you put it in a room. If you're a Legos collector, you build this, put this on your display. This is not a set that you play with. If you're a kid and you build Legos, you want to play with them, right? That's what I'm assuming. Me and Atif, we're grown men. We don't really, we'd rather look at them and we'd rather have them displayed, which is what we've been doing. But if you're a kid or a teenager and you like playing with Legos, I don't think this is something that you would want to play with. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would reiterate that. Like, this is a beautiful set to display. But yeah, it is a little misleading because of the gears working, because of the movable wheels. Someone might think it might be suitable for their child or for a 10 or 12-year-old who wants to maybe just give it a go. I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, it most likely would fall apart.
If you want to lose pieces, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Bang for your buck.
All right.
And so this piece or this set is $99, which is, in my opinion, that's good bang for your buck. Teenagers, if you're into a build like this, that it's not too expensive as opposed to a Stranger Things set, which is like $200, or some other sets which are $300-$400. You know, like,
or a Star Destroyer for $700.
Exactly. You know,
looking at you, Lego. Looking at you.
That is really expensive, you know. If you want to send us one for free, that's perfectly fine with me. I have no problem with that. Anyways, what do you think about the bang for this buck?
Out of this world. I mean, another thing I like to look for in value for bang for your buck is how much time are you actually spending making it? Was it a 45-minute build?
Yep.
This took us about, I'm guessing off the top of my head, it was about 5-ish hours, I want to say.
No, I think we timed this build, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a little under 4 hours.
For $99, obviously, if your playability isn't there, you make it once. You might break it down, you might build it again in a few years, but it's all about that first build. So what are you getting for your money on that first build? You're getting a whole lot of Lego for $99.
I would also add that this is a fun build to do with somebody. You know, like there are a lot of Lego sets that are, you know, smaller, and so you probably want to do those by yourself and, you know, in your spare time. But this is a good set to do with a friend, brother, sister, father, mother, you know, like it's a very good set to bond over.
There is this like happy medium of like, I would say like 3 to 6 hours that becomes really fun building with someone. If you have like a 10-hour build or a Millennium Falcon type build that could stretch over a few days, that one's a little hard to build with someone. But something that you could do over like on a weekend or a weeknight, spend some good quality time with the family or a friend. Will this be worth something in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Both out of the box or brand new sealed on the box. What do you think? 5, 10 years from now?
So, although this is a great set, I'm not sure it's that high on the collector's value. Meaning, it's solely predicted on what Lego decides to do with this. You know, do they just continue this? Do they keep selling this like they sell some Lego sets for a few years? If this gets discontinued, I believe that it will go high on the collector's value. In my opinion, I do not think that this will become a rare set simply because it's such a popular set, and that people will continue to buy and sell this, and I do believe that Lego will continue to sell this.
My reasonings, I'm thinking, is it's more to do with you don't see creator expert sets becoming rare. Definitely you see like the classic Star Wars sets or the original Harry Potter sets or some of the Lord of the Rings sets, which we'll be getting to pretty soon. But creator expert just doesn't have that audience and that buzz around it. It's an excellent partnership with Harley-Davidson. It's an excellent incorporation of that theme with Harley. Once again, it looks great. Do I see kids in the future, or even adults, or grown-ups, us in 10 years, wanting to get another set? I personally no. I wouldn't go for this set again.
So.
Enjoyed it for the first time. I don't see myself as a second-time customer.
Yeah, and I don't see us, mainly me, wanting to break this down and rebuild this. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to break this down and build this again. I think looking at this, it is. I just want to keep it as is, and I want to add, I was just looking at this, and we do have this on backwards. If you guys caught that, awesome eye.
Why are you telling them?
Awesome eye. Because,
why are you telling them?
Because they should know. You messed up.
You made the handle.
I didn't.
We have a video to prove it. We have
I did not make the handle.
We have a video to prove it.
Let's
All right, we'll get back to that later.
We'll link that down below.
You tell us in the comments. Was it me or him?
Yep.
Last thoughts. Obviously, would you recommend this to a friend?
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend this to a friend. I would even recommend this to somebody. It says 16 plus. I would recommend this to somebody who's 12, 13, 10, you know?
I think there's 10 might be kind of close. Maybe help with a parent.
Yeah, exactly. Help with a parent. That's what I had in mind. That is a great way for a child or somebody growing up, preteen, to kind of start working with their hands and getting to know, how sets of this difficulty work. We want to thank you guys for watching our first review. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, share to your friends. We hope you enjoy this, and we'll be coming out with more reviews in the future.